welcome back to Uncomfortable Convos. It's your boy, the one with the scar on his face, your boy Scarface, and welcome back to another episode. And shout out to you guys for always tuning in. There's people who wait for this, for it to come out and listen to it right away and send me feedback right away. Shout out to you guys. You guys are real ones, and everybody who listens to it is a real one. Okay. Shout out to all the sucias. I appreciate you guys. Wherever you're listening to, please give us a thumbs up. Or a 5-star rating, share it, subscribe, follow the podcast. It goes a long way and it helps us a lot. So shout out to everyone who has already. I think I forgot how many but there's thousands on Spotify that follow us, and on YouTube we're getting like a bunch of traction, which is great. And shout out to everyone who comes from the clips that I post on TikTok and Instagram. Shout out to you guys. Look through the catalog. I'm sure there's an episode that I touched on that you're looking for. Like recently, I started sharing some videos about cheating, like the reasons, pros and cons about cheating. And people were asking like, hey, where's that episode? Where's that? If you scroll, just look at the names. Look at the names and you'll see something that you like and listen to it. So also shout out to Jason and Sarah. Last week, amazing episode. We are the Izzies on Instagram. There's such a great couple, and they're hustling and grinding also on social media. So definitely check them out. So that was, like I said, that was a great episode. I'm glad they were able to jump on and explain their online dating stuff. So again, thank you guys. I also updated my links in the description. So if you guys follow me on TikTok only, follow me on IG, everything is linked below, just in case the ban happens. I don't know if it's going to go through. I don't know what's going on. A lot of people don't know what's going on here. But if they do, link is in my bio for my IG, YouTube, everything. That way you can stay connected and continue getting just my weird content that I post out, the questions and the funny shit that I post too. So definitely go give me a follow over there. So, all right. And then something that keeps getting brought up, and I get it, and it's okay. Just because I do put my life on social media, I put a lot of things on social media. And so obviously when you put that you're dating somebody, people want to know, people are involved, and I get it. And somebody put a comment because I didn't want to talk about it, because here's the reason why I don't want to talk about it. Because one, I don't want people to think, or them to think, that I'm still into them or I miss them or anything like that. Because no, once I'm done, I'm done. And so I don't want to feel like that. And then also I don't want people to think that I'm feeling like that. And when you start talking about an ex, a lot of people think that you're talking bad. You're like talking bad about them, or they're like, oh, why are you talking bad? No, I'm just speaking my side. If she wants to talk about her side, then absolutely, that's totally fine. Because she has her version, I have my version. But so I get it why you guys want to know what's going on. And so again, she's a beautiful woman, amazing person, amazing mother. Unfortunately, we were just in two different places, meaning like I wanted to do something and she wanted to do something else, right? And a lot of my tendencies, a lot of my habits were a problem to her. And that's okay, because, if she can't accept that, then that's totally fine. I'm not forcing her to accept something she doesn't need to accept, right? Because I tell people all the time, I grind, I hustle. Like that's what I do from sun up to sundown. It's not something I just, it's not a facade. It's not something that I just put on social media just to be like, oh, I hustle all the time. No, absolutely not. This is something I actually do every fucking day. Like I will risk relationships. I will risk friendships and whatnot, because I have a vision and I know I can get to that. It's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of my time, but we can get there. Some people want that success, but they don't want to put in that work. And I know I have to put in that work. So that's why I know what I got to do right now. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? And that's why I'm saying, some things that I communicated in the beginning, maybe she didn't understand that I was joking, or like I was being serious about it, right? Maybe she thought it was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad, right? A lot of people say they hustle. They really don't. No, like a lot of things that I would do in the beginning, I continue to do it, but then they became a problem, right? And there's like, again, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's a problem for her, of course, let me know. And she told me, but I also said, this is how I am. Like I will grind, and I will choose grind and hustle over everything else, because I know where I can get to. And, because I'm trying to get to this is the goal. Once we get to that goal, okay, now I'm going to have more time, because we reached this goal. now we have new goals, but now it gives you more time, right? So so that's what I'm saying. Like, unfortunately, we were in two different places what we wanted to do, and unfortunately it didn't work out because, and also another thing that happened is I feel like we rushed into things too quick. Like, we were only dating like 3 or 4 months, right? And we rushed into a lot of things really fast. And this is why people need to slow down and see if this person is actually really compatible with you. Because in the beginning, of course, everything is going to be great, right? Everything is going to be great. Flowers, rainbows, butterflies, dragons, all you name it, like all these beautiful things. Oh, maybe not dragons, but you slowly start to see that maybe you don't like a lot of these things that this person is doing. And that's why I'm saying I'm not perfect, but there's a lot of things that I do that I won't stop doing, and like that's the whole grinding and hustle. Like, and once you start to see that I'm not joking about it, it tends to become a problem, and it's okay because, I'm not telling people to accept it. Like, or force them to accept it. If you don't want to accept how I am or how I am like with this grind, then okay, like maybe we're not meant for each other, right? Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to compromise on this because I see the vision. And sometimes you got to be crazy. You got to be you when you have a goal and a vision, you have to want this more than breathing, more than anything. Because like I'm over here trying to grow. Like, we're doing this new insurance thing over with Heath, which I'm super excited about because that's going to be a huge moneymaker. And then just like my social media and stuff like that, like locked in 100%, like grind, grind, grind. And that's where I'm at. Like, that's where I'm at. And unfortunately, that tends to hurt relationships, uh, whether it's intimate relationships or just like friendships or just relationships with anybody, right? And and I said in 2025, I'm just going to hustle even more, right? And, I had a friend, really good friend, shout out to her. I won't say her name because I don't know if she wants me to put her out there like that. But she, when I went to go see them, she told me, she was like, does she know how you really are? And I said, I don't think so, and she was talking about Ari because, I told her we were having some issues. And I was like, no, they know how I am because they've seen it and they've seen it for so long. And it's like I said, it's not a facade. It's not a joke what I say or what I do. Like, I actually grind from sun up to sun. People are like, damn, you're still working? Or damn, like, how do you do so much stuff? It fulfills me and I just see the vision, right? I want it more than anything. And so that's why I'll work out or outwork everybody in the room. Outwork them, right? And so they know how I am. And so that's why I was like, I don't think so, because it's slowly starting to show her how I actually am, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we're two different places, and that's fine. Like, what she wants, there's nothing wrong with what she wants. Absolutely not. I just can't give that to her right at the moment. And of course, there's other issues and stuff like that were like behind the scenes, but this is like something like rushing into something fast. Use me as as lesson or an example, lesson learned. You got to slow down a little bit, right? And then also, if you guys are two different places, it's gonna become cause a lot of friction. It's gonna be bumpy, and so if they don't see the same vision or have that support for it, because it'll become a problem. So, and that's why I wanted to do this episode, because I'm sure other people have similar situations where, you have to be dating someone who matches your level in terms of like dreams, goals, ambitions, crucial like for building like strong, long lasting relationships. And we're going to go over a few reasons why that's important. So I do have 10 reasons why. So let's get into that. Again, I'm not talking bad about her. Nobody come and talk bad. If you listen to this, Ari, I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just telling people we're just in two different levels, and that's okay. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and we just move on. So, uh, all right. So the first one that we have is mutual growth. When both partners are ambitious, they encourage and inspire each other to keep pushing forward, creating a cycle of growth for improvement. And that's a big one too. Like, if they have like visions and dreams, this is why they have to have something not in the same industry, but something similar, because they understand the feeling of like, I need to do this. I need to do this. Like, I need this more than anything to make this work so I can change my life. Right. Um, and they need to understand that. Right. And if they don't, like if you don't have, you can't really both grow. It's just one sided that's trying to grow, and the other side is just trying to, I don't know what the other side is doing, but you both need to be on that same level so you can both mutually grow, because you're going to push this person in whatever they're doing and they're going to push you, and you need that. And especially like i I need somebody who's going to be like, yes, let's do this, yes, do that, yes, do this. Oh, it's fine, I know you grinding right now, I know eventually you'll have some more time. As soon as we get to that goal, that's our goal right there, let's reach that goal. And then, obviously, like if we reach that goal and I'm still the same, then we have something to talk about. But, uh, but that's why, like, you need somebody who's going to help elevate you, and you're going to help elevate them, you know? So that's something crucial. That's something big for me. Like, and this is all, like, this is why I like to date somebody who's older, because you go through experiences and you learn. You learn. Like I learned a lot of things in this past relationship. Like I learned a lot of things that I should not accept, or should, maybe communicate a little bit more clear, or actually, slow things down too. So the second one that I have is shared values. People with goals and aspirations tend to share core values like discipline, hard work, and determination, which lead to stronger compatibility and alignment in life plans. And this is so true, because and that's why, like, it doesn't have to be the same industry as you. Like if you're doing something your career wise and they're doing something with their career and it doesn't line up, that's okay. Like, or it's in two different industries, that's fine. But you guys both know, like, hey, we're grinding, we're hustling, this is what we need to be doing, right? And so they'll understand why you're so driven. You'll understand why they're so driven. And hopefully it's vice versa. That way, like, you guys can both grow and not feel like something bad is gonna happen, right? Like sometimes I felt like somebody's gonna lose their shit here soon, like especially how I am, right? And I can't change that. And I'm not saying this is the first time that's happened. I've said it before. That's why, sometimes that's why the whole slowing down process. Let's slow things down, right? Um, that way you can see if they're actually on the same page as you over time, because anyone can fake something in the beginning. That's why, like, you have to be careful in the beginning. People will be like, "Oh, I'm like this, and this," and then when you date them for a little while, you end up finding out that they're not like that, right? So it just um, slow down. That way, to see if you guys actually do share the value, like have shared values, right? Number three that I have is balanced effort. The relationship where both partners are equally driven prevents one-sided effort. Both contribute to a relationship, household, and personal growth and equality. And I mean, like, this is true too. Like, you guys both have to be. If you guys are both putting in effort into growing career-wise, whatever it is, I'm sure you're also gonna be like, all right, but we definitely need to make time to do this, like as a couple, family, whatever the case. Um, because if you're driven and disciplined to do that, you're driven and disciplined to do other things. That's why, like, the gym is super important to people, and I always encourage the gym, because if you can have yourself disciplined to a workout routine, and this is where I learned a lot of, like, discipline, was because in the beginning when I first started working out, um, it was here and there, like you would lose motivation, come back, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, back in 2011, something changed. I was like, I'm gonna work out for the rest of my life, even though there's periods of times where, like, obviously we were still working out, but health wasn't number one priority. Growing a business was. So obviously your health takes a hit, but your business grows, right? Um, but I learned discipline from that. So after I was able to discipline myself to go to the gym, even when you're not feeling it, even when you're not motivated, and just know that's something that you have to do, that helped a lot in my life. Like, I was disciplined because I knew now I have to do this, even though, yeah, it would be cool just to go and not do it, right? um, like, a lot of people want to start a side hustle or a side gig, but they get tired over a period of time or just a short amount of time too. But no, like with the whole working out, to me, it was like I had go to my job, work out, uh, focus on the side hustle every day. Every day. If I wasn't shooting something that was getting paid, well, in the first 2 years, I actually did everything for free. So it wasn't like I was getting paid. I was just learning and learning and learning and learning. And then once you learn a lot of stuff, then all of a sudden you start charging people. And so just that discipline, I was able to build that discipline. And so now with the whole social media business, career. I'm able to discipline myself because I know if I discipline myself for a long period of time, for a short, well, long period of time, great things can happen. And it's really hard to show that to other people when they don't, maybe they haven't, or that's not in the season of life that they're in right now. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's where I'm at. And if you can't match that, then we're probably going to cause friction. It's probably going to, butt heads there. But balanced effort from each side. That's why some I need somebody who also is focusing on their career, because if they're focusing on the career, they're going to understand me. And this goes for anyone. Like if your man is like focusing on his career, maybe figure out, see where you can help him, and understand that, when guys get these drives, it's the partner that you have to have the right partner, because some partners would be like, fuck, like not spending any time with me, or just be like, all right, I got to support him, whatever we got to do to see his vision. Because when guys get locked in on something, when somebody gets like locked in on something, it's very rare to get someone who's locked in on something is willing to put in the work and grind. Like it's very rare, because there's some people who like, yeah, I kind of want to do this, but people who lock in on stuff like myself is very rare. And yes, it causes a lot of uh issues in relationships and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? But there's reasons why people get to these certain successful places, but then it ruined their relationships. It ruined like a lot of things. Yeah, they got here, but there's also the people who got here because their person knew, like had that vision too, were locked in too. Because when somebody gets locked in like that, it's really hard to get them out. I'll tell you that right now, because when you see results actually happening, and that's the same with the gym, when you see results happening, now you're a little bit more disciplined to go, because you're like, oh shit, this is changing. I like how this looks. The confidence is there, and so like you build that discipline. So balanced effort from both sides, whether it's two different careers, but you guys both got to be putting effort into something, and then make sure you guys put an effort into each other too. So that's crucial too, not just avoid each other. All right. So number 4 that I have is avoid resentment. If one partner is focused on self-improvement while the other is complacent, resentment can build over time due to mismatched energies and priorities. So that's why like a lot of people do have issues in relationships when we'll use working out, for example. One person is working out and the other person is not working out, it starts building like some sort of tension. And also some guys get insecure, be like, why is she trying to work out? Like, who's she trying to impress? Or vice versa. The guy's working out and the girl's like, who's she trying to impress? But instead, people who do really good is who work out. You don't necessarily need to work out together. Just, hey, at this time, we're going to go to the gym, and every day at these times, we're going to go to the gym, that way, like, again, so you can build that discipline. Or hey, let's start a business. At this time, we're going to focus on the side hustle or the business, right? That way, you don't build resentment towards each other. Because if you guys are both locked in on the goals, then guess what? Amazing things can fucking happen. That's what I try to tell people. Amazing things can happen when you focus on a goal, like, and stick with it. Like a lot of people haven't seen, like, I've been doing media for getting close to fucking 10 years, like a decade. But people want to go get a camera and then just do the shit that I'm doing. Or they want like uh they want what you have right now, and don't want to put in the work. Like, no, that's not how it works, And so you have to put in that work. But you also like both people have to be on the same page. That way you don't the working out is perfect, because with the TikToks, there's people like, oh, my man does this. Because then when you start working out and you start motivating like that, now you're wanting to do more active stuff. So instead of like before just chilling at home watching Netflix, now this person maybe wants to go ride a bike, skateboard, go for a run, go outside, go play some sort of sport, be a little bit more active. Because when you're active, like, you tend to want to do a little bit more stuff. When you're always lazy, like, nah, you really don't want to do anything. Hey, let's go do this. Nah, I'm just gonna chill on my couch. And there's nothing wrong with chilling on your couch, uh, but if that's always what you look forward to, and your person is always up to something, hustling, grinding, it is gonna cause problems. Because I'm gonna be like, hey, I need to do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Not just like, hey, can we just chill for a little bit? And I'm gonna be for what? Like chilling, that shit gets me nowhere. And that's a problem that I have is like I just can't not be doing anything. I have to do something, or I feel like I'm wasting my time, wasting my life, right? And I start getting depressed about it. Not even joking about that. I start getting depressed because I'm not doing anything. So that's why you always see me doing something. Today, woke up, went live for a little bit on TikTok, went for a run. Now we're recording this podcast. Recorded some content too before the podcast. Now I'm gonna edit and make clips, color grade, do all that, upload the podcast. And then after that, I have some TikToks I need to edit and post as well. And then I'll probably go and get something to eat. But I'm constantly doing something. And then after that, I know I got to be posting the TikToks that I edited. So I'm posting that and watching how they do. And then figuring out what the plan is for the next day, getting ideas as well. I scroll and get ideas on TikTok all the time, or Instagram, something that's going to inspire some sort of video. It's like usually when I post these videos, these funny ones and stuff, is because I saw something that inspired me, and I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, right? So, all right. So the next one that we do have is teamwork. A partner with similar ambitions can become your teammate, someone who wants to work alongside you to achieve your goals, whether they're personal, financially, or family oriented. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like someone who sees that vision that you have is gonna jump on the team and be like, yes, let's make it happen. You know. But they have to see the vision. They can't just be like, you can't just tell them your dream or your vision or what you want to do. And they'll be like, yeah, I support you. Anyone can say that. It's actually being like, okay, I think he can fucking do it. I need to back him wherever I can. Or like let me focus on this. Because there's plenty of power couples, that do this and do this. I have a buddy who has like his trucking company, and then his girl does everything. Oh, his wife does everything on the back end, the books, the tax, and stuff like that. They work together on the business, right? Teamwork. But imagine if it wasn't like that, and then begging for all his time. No, you don't need it. Like, why are you always working? Why are you always working on the business and trying? No, it starts becoming a problem. But if you guys team up and both see the vision and try to see what you can do to help it grow, or you have your vision and you do whatever you can to help your person with her vision and her career. Teamwork. You got to, people who do that stuff can grow so much quicker, so much faster, instead of feeling that you're being pulled back. Like, that's the worst feeling, because even people saw it on my life. They're like, after, I'm not, again, not bashing her, but after I became single, the lives changed again. Like, I felt like myself again, right? I felt like, like people are having fun. They're like, oh shit, I miss this Edgar, and I was having fun too. Like, because I felt like I had to pull some things back just out of respect, like certain things I couldn't say, right? And certain things I couldn't do anymore, just out of respect, out of like for the relationship. But when you're single, I don't have to fucking worry about that. So I can say whatever the fuck I want. But most importantly, find someone that you can be compatible with, teamwork with, and work with to help grow whatever it is that you guys are trying to grow. Number 6 is long-term compatibility. Being on the same page about goals ensures a future where both partners are striving towards similar milestones, preventing conflicts about priorities. And see that, like, a lot of these things don't happen overnight. And so you have to know that, hey, like, because I know me, where I want to get the whole social media, the TikToks, the lives, all that is not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over a period of time. But that just doesn't mean like take the pedal off the gas, or take your foot off the gas. Take the pedal off the gas. Take your foot off the gas. It just means grind, grind, grind. And if and that other person needs to know, your person needs to know that, hey, like, he's gonna go and go until he gets to where he wants to get. Don't ruin that man's, like, whoever it is. Don't ruin that person's drive and motivation and vision for something, because that stops a lot of guys, because they're trying to please you because you're not on the same page. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, when some people have that, they get locked in on something, those people are fucking dangerous, because they can make the shit happen. Not dangerous in a bad way, but they're badasses, because they'll lock in and they can make the shit happen. And again, it causes friction in relationships and stuff like that, because when you lock in all your efforts into something, and then some people, like I said, it causes issues in relationships. And so they'll like pull back and not do it as much. And it could make them depressed. It could make them sad, like myself, makes me depressed. because they're trying to compromise with their person, but their person wasn't compromising with them, or being supportive in that. Because if I saw that in my person, be like, she was locked in on something, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, what do I got to do to help you like achieve that goal? Let's work together. Like, hey, we're both busy. Let's meet up on Tuesdays and Fridays because those are the days we have slow days or we can meet up. Tuesdays and Fridays can be your date night or whatever the case. And if you have some extra time in between, then perfect, right? Compromise with the person. Because again, like I said, that's when I know I'm not going to be compatible with somebody, is because I feel like they try to pull, they're not doing it intentionally, because again, they have their, like, what they want from a person, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when I feel like I'm getting, like, they're pulling my foot off the gas a little bit, like, I start feeling a type of way about it, because I'm like, no, I need to be grind mode. I need to be hustling. I need to be go, go, go. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then when you do pull my foot off the gas a little bit, I tend to, I do start getting a little depressed about it, because I'm like, I need to be doing all this, but I'm not, like, because I'm trying to compromise here. So, but then, like, if you know somebody who sees that vision too, they're, you're going to be compatible with this person over a period of time, because you're trying to make it work, even though, like, they know, like, you're locked in, and that's why it's difficult doing certain things, right? Like, if it was just, hey, you go to work, have a regular 9 to 5, you just go to work and then go home and that's it. Of course, that's why those relationships work, because, you have all the afternoon but no, like, to me, it's grind, 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 grind all day. Like, that's how I am. And I love being like that. There's nothing wrong with being like that. But I know it's going to cause issues, because it's caused issues in the past plenty of times. So the next one that I have is respect and admiration. It's easier to respect and admire someone who is working towards something meaningful, which strengthens emotional and physical attraction. And that's why a lot of people get attracted to, I feel, because I'm okay looking. I'm not the greatest, right? But I think people really love the ambition, the drive, the hustle, has goals, motivated to do stuff, and actually accomplishing it along the way. But because I feel like that's attractive. That's also attractive in women too. Like, when they're crushing their goals. Like, I love to see business owners. I love girl business owners grinding. Like, shit. Like, I can do this shit too. Hell yeah, girl, you can. uh, and I have a lot of respect and admiration for them, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. To put into a business, to put into whatever your vision or your goal is, right? But if you guys are both on that same level, like, being able to respect and admire each other, right? It can to the moon, to the moon. So that's why, like, you need to, like, somebody. That's why somebody needs to be matching your energy, like, and that's something that I did realize, that I need someone. Which, will it be hard to find? Probably, because there's not a lot of people who are like me. But I think I'd rather be single and try to get there than have to compromise, like, what I'm trying to do. So I think a lot of people do have respect and admiration, like, for what I've been able to do thus far. And same, I have respect and admiration for a lot of people too, that are killing it in whatever industry, whatever career path that they're doing. But sometimes, even though they have, like, your partner has that respect and admiration, maybe it doesn't work out, just because that only goes so far. But then, because they may have, like, their needs, their attention stuff, they need more attention from you. So that could just respect and admiration out the window. Number 8 is reduce dependency. Oh, shit. While both partners are independent and focus on their growth, the relationship thrives on love and partnership rather than codependency. And see, this is why you need to have somebody who matches, because sometimes, like, if a girl is a stay-at-home mom and is, like, really dependent, and I get it. That's why, like, I tell stay-at-home moms, I get it. Being like, a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. It's hard. It's tough enough. But sometimes having just, like, a small part-time or something like that is going to Because now the husband comes home, maybe he's tired, it's a fucking long day, maybe he works construction, he just wants to chill, but then she wants to do stuff. But I feel like if somebody has a part-time job, one, you're going to be able to go to work and be social because we need to be social. We're human beings. We need to be social. So if you're feeling like in a funk, maybe get a part-time job, something that's not crazy long. Just go because you'll make coworker friends, and then you can just like talk because we need to be social. Being alone and just be socializing with your kids or not, no kids, and just your husband or your girl, whatever. Like it can only go so far, right? That's why people have like their little friend groups at work or like have like a really close friend at work that they really mesh with because we need that social. Um, but like with the relationships, if you're not dependent on them like for all their attention because they're focused on something, then it's going to cause a lot less friction. It's going to cause a lot less friction and it's going to probably work out a little bit better, you know? And it's hard. I'm not saying none of these are easy. Like I'm just, oh, just do this. No, it's not as easy as it sounds. It takes some work and you got to do stuff to make it work. But reducing that dependent, like you being dependent on your person, because imagine like that's why like some girls get tired of some guys because they feel super clingy because they ain't got shit to do. You know, they just maybe they have a part-time job and you're focused on your career and you're like, dude, this fucking guy wants to see me every day. Like I don't get why he's like always all over me, super clingy, because he ain't got shit to do. You know? But imagine if you're have your business, you're hustling, you're grinding, and you meet somebody doing something similar, you know, hustling and grinding. Now you're like, oh shit, like he really doesn't need me there all the time, which is great because I can focus on my business career without having somebody being like, hey, what about me? You know, but then you guys make time for each other, you know, because to make a relationship work, you have to make time for each other, to hang out, to see each other, to clap them cheeks, you know, you feel me? So, uh, number 9 that I have is more fulfillment. Watching your partner chase their dreams while you chase yours creates a fulfilling dynamic. You celebrate each other's wins and grow together as individuals and as a couple. Absolutely. Because I love to see people win. You know, there's people out there that feel some type, like if you ever seen somebody do good and you kind of like critique whatever they're doing, yeah, hater. When I see someone doing good, I'm like, oh shit, they're killing it. Hey, let me share this. They start a business. Oh shit, let me share it. Yeah, if they have something that I need that I can purchase that's gonna benefit me, shit, I'll buy the product. Like I don't care. There's been so many times that people start small businesses or a hustle, and I buy something. I don't reach out to them, hey bro, or hey, I'll buy something, or like you should shoot me something, I'll promote your page. No, absolutely the fucking not. I buy it and then afterwards they're like, oh shit, like I didn't know you were going to like buy one. No, be like, hey, I'm here to support. Like you start a business, I could use that. Or I know somebody who could use it. And if I can't, because like if it's like a makeup or something like that that I don't use, I'll share your page. You know, I'll share the page. I'll support you however I can. Hey, go buy some. So and so started this. Like I'm always supporting. And same with it'd be great to have a partner too. You know, and like if that way you can see his vision, his dreams, and when he accomplishes something. Because like in the past, like I've done something, and I remember I was talking to this one girl. Like I did something, I was like super excited. Like something happened, signed a big deal, and then that same day, this girl argued with me about how I wasn't giving her time and shit. And I'm just like, something really good happened, and I'm over here arguing with somebody because I'm not giving her any time. You know what I mean? And you're just like, what the fuck? Like I worked super hard. This happened right here. Can't wait to tell her. And then all of a sudden, you run into this problem over here. You know, because like this good happened, but then this is bad, and that's why I'm saying like. And she wasn't hustling and grinding it. You know, she was just going with the flow. You know what I mean? And so that's why like uh if she would have been on the same page or doing something with her career, because she could have done something great, but she wasn't, right? And I was like, all right, whatever. But then she would have saw this and be like, oh shit, this happened. Well, that's because you put in a lot of hard work, you know, and then you can celebrate a win, right? So that's why, you know, you would get fulfilled on each other's and then afterwards, like she was like, I was super fucking pissed off about that. I was like, dude, I just something great happened. I get where you're coming from, but you know how I am. and then I can't even celebrate. I was all it was like fun or like not fun, but I was like kind of happy this happened. But then it also I was in a mood too because like I hadn't argued with this girl about what she needed from me, and I'm just like, this something great happened because how I am that's gonna take me to the next level, and I'm over here arguing because the time I'm focusing into this, you want it to you, right? So that's why like you run into issues like that, and I would try to give her as much time as I could. Like it's not like I wouldn't give her no time at all. I'm just like I give you like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. No, I just cannot be with somebody 24/7. Like I just can't do that. I'll hey, like I said, like hey, Tuesdays and Fridays we're gonna meet up. Cool. Fridays and Saturdays, cool. Towards the end, let me get my shit done during the day, and then we'll meet up. Or if there's something during the day, cool. Let me plan around it, right? So it's just more fulfillment. We'll just leave it at that. Better conflict resolution. Goal-oriented people are often better at problem solving, which can translate into healthier communication and conflict resolution in a relationship. And yes, that's very true. I always try to, like, I hate arguing. Like, I'll just tell you that I hate arguing. I hate being in those vibes. When you're arguing with somebody, you're upset and like just those feelings are horrible, right? So, but I instantly try to go into like problem solving mode. Like, what's the issue? Like, what's going on? Because that's how a lot of entrepreneurs are. They problem solve, and so if you're a problem solver, you tend to like um, and like if the other person is an entrepreneur or focused on their career, which they definitely do got to problem solve, then you guys are both on the same page. All right, let's figure out what's going on. Even if what is going on is going to separate you guys, that's something you guys are gonna come to like a mutual agreement. Like, this ain't working out because I'm like this and this and this, and it's best that we just separate. Maybe it's that, right? Uh, but yes, if you have your goals and stuff, like you're able, or even like involved in like entrepreneurship, um, business stuff, career stuff, like even normal, if you're a higher up in wherever you do work at, a lot of the things is problem solving things. Like if you're a manager, you're top problem solver because they come to you with all the problems. Hey, this happened. Oh shit, this is how we're gonna fix it. Hey, this happened. Shit, this is how we gonna fix it. And then if he can't fix it, guess what? He goes up to the next person, another person that problem solver, right? They don't go to, I mean, and that's why you get those, you build those traits. Me, if somebody comes at me with a problem, I'm like, all right, how can we fix it? Not, hey, uh, or like, what are we gonna do to fix it? That's the first thing. Like, how do we fix this? Or hey, like, let's do this. That's why, like, when sometimes, my little brother, when he was running the photo booths, he ran into an issue. He called me because now we got to problem solve it. And same goes with anything. You try to just problem solve things, and that's something that was built over time. Like, because obviously, when you have your business and everything like that, when a problem happens, they come to you, and it's not like I could go to somebody else and be like, "Here, they need to fix this." No, it's just me, and I'm just like, "All right, how do we fix this problem?" Because we need to figure out how to fix it, and that's it. So yeah, that's why like having some sort of like career, business, side hustle, whatever, where you have to figure out all the problems, iron everything out. And for example, when I first started the photo booth business, um, just problem solving through like the different software. There's a shit ton of softwares. There's a shit ton of things that didn't work that worked, and they was just like, all right, this didn't work. How do I make this work? Or how do I fix this? Or what do I got to do to fix this? And it's just a bunch of problem solving things, until you get to a good place where you want to be at. Obviously, and then after that, just like little things that you still want to say, hey, like we need to fix this. Hey, let's fix this. Just a bunch of problem things. So, but I don't want people to think that I'm on here like freaking talking about her. No, absolutely not. But this is just another example of like why you should date somebody with the same vision and goals with you. And if you don't have the same, I'm not saying somebody's vision or goals or dreams are any less than anybody else's. It's just if they're not similar, you're gonna bump heads a lot. There's gonna be a lot of friction, and that's okay. Like that's why you learn. Like, hey, if it's a huge problem now, it's going to be an even bigger problem later. So that's why, like, if you guys aren't you need to get to know what their visions are, what their dreams are. And if you're with somebody and he wants to, all of a sudden he's like super motivated and driven to something, to do something, don't stop that. Or fellas, if your girl gets super motivated to do something and start something, don't stop that, because it's when you stop that motivation, that vision, that goal, you're like you get super excited to do it, and then and you start doing it, and then the other person is just constantly like, "Hey, I need you, I need you, I need you." It's gonna cause a lot of friction, and if you're like me, it's gonna cause you to get into some sort of funk, depressed state, because I constantly need to be doing something. And again, I will risk relationships, I will friendships, whatever the case, for the vision, for the goal, because that's just. And I'll tell people day one, day one, that this is how I am. And if it's something that they're not comfortable with, or um, will be okay with, because I tell them in the beginning too, like, hey, like this is how I am. This is how I'm gonna be. Plain and simple. uh, that way, I just get that out there, and then people can't come back and say, because again, this has happened several times. I'm not saying it just recently happened. No, because a lot of people are gonna try to take what I said now and think it was the past relationship. No. Okay. I said my piece about her in the beginning. That's all we need to know. Uh, but this is just like from past experiences. That's why I'm able to do this podcast and give my past experiences and other people's past experiences and help you guys. Like you guys come here to get some information, some valuable information, right? So I just use my past experiences and other people's experiences that I've seen to help you guys. So that's why, like, I don't want, again, don't take what I just said and then run to her and be like, guess what he said about you. No, I said my piece about her in the beginning, and then that's it. Everything else is just about past experiences. Maybe a little bit of her, maybe a little bit of other people, because just because I didn't show other people that I was talking to doesn't mean that there was nobody there. I was single for 3 years. You're telling me, like, during that time, of course, you meet somebody and you're like, hey, like maybe this could work or no. And then you realize that shit doesn't work. So that's why I'm saying the 3 years was plenty of time for a bunch of fucking errors, a bunch of fucking things, a bunch of 90-day trials, 60-day trials, 30-day trials. So that's why I mean, like, just past experiences. Because I know people are automatically going to assume, this is why I don't want to talk about people, because they're automatically going to assume I'm talking about her. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, always tuning in every week. Mondays, new episodes all the time. So definitely tune in, share this one, like it, give it a thumbs up, 5-star rating, wherever you're listening to on, because we got a bunch of great stuff coming this 2025, because we just getting started, fam. We getting started, fam. And follow me on IG, just in case they ban TikTok. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.